why he bleed for real. You know we sliding and when we gon' slide, you know we gon' see the kill. That boy deceased for real.
Hey man, the Chicago Bears lose this game. Let me update the score real quick. Pittsburgh Steelers was able to survive the Chicago Bears 29-27. What is going on, people? This is John O'Pitney, and welcome back to another sports reaction. Before we get officially started, just remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, make sure to hit that like button and also share the video. Man, this was a game that Chicago Bears had the opportunity to win. I predicted the Pittsburgh Steelers to win, but I thought it would be much more of a beatdown on the Chicago Bears because the offense is just so inadequate. But this game, they actually came to play. But when it mattered the most, the defense once again folded. And goddamn. Bears was this close to winning it, left too much time on that clock for the Pittsburgh Steelers, covered everything up the field, but just didn't have nobody to stop those underneath routes. And then eventually it was a breakdown in coverage. Once again, Kendall Vildor being the culprit, not knowing what the hell he's supposed to do. Everybody else is running man-to-man. Instead, he decides that he wants to run a zone concept. Allows the wide receiver to run out into the open field, catches the ball, and takes up the field. And now the Bears fall to 3-6, and Pittsburgh Steelers goes up to 5-3. God damn, man. When will the Bears stop playing sloppy ass football? Like, this was one of the sloppiest games that I have seen in a very, very long time. Very long time. I think it was like 11, 12 fucking penalties in this game. 11, 12 penalties. Now, I will say maybe half of them, bullshit. Straight bullshit. But the other half, literally all on the Bears. You know, Justin Fields played one of his best games, but it is what it is. What the hell was that? Man, you know exactly what it was, bro. Chicago Bears lost the damn game. They couldn't do exactly what they needed to do to win. Defense folded after the offense put the team on their back and drove down the field and scored. You know, that's what happened. This is literally what happened to our Chicago Bears. They couldn't do what the hell they needed to do, man. Justin Fields made an okay comeback. The refs cheated the Bears out of a victory. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. The refs, yeah, matter of fact, they know a lot of people. I feel that fucking way. Fuck that. Yeah, the Chicago Bears did get kind of cheated by the refs, especially those no calls on roughing the passer penalties on Justin Fields, and then just giving Pittsburgh every penalty possible. It was almost like they just gave the Chicago Bears. I mean, well, not the Chicago Bears, more so the Pittsburgh Steelers to win. They did everything to give the Steelers the win. The Steelers almost lost that game, but man, it is what it is, bro. Man, the Bears just could not come out with that victory, and it's just very disappointing to see. And then now the Bears go to a bye week, and then right after that, on November 18th, they have to take on the Baltimore Ravens, which is another AFC team. Bears usually dominate the AFC North, but so far this season, the Bears is 1-2, losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers, losing to the Cincinnati, not the Cincinnati Bengals. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals, but also losing to the Cleveland Browns. And this is just, damn. Yeah, they possibly should have gone for the Hail Mary pass, but based on how everything been going on this season, bro, it was what it was for them to kick that field goal. But the only reason why I would say that they possibly should have kicked it if Cairo Santos had that type of leg. As we saw from the replay, Cairo Santos was like 8 yards fucking short, so it is what it is. Hashtag fire Matt Nagy now. Oh, Giants Nation and CEO, y'all talking shit now, but literally during the live stream, y'all niggas was shitting bricks. The simple fact that the Bears came back and was finna damn near win the game. And y'all watched, well, y'all didn't even watch the game. If you actually watch the game, you will see that majority, like I said, majority of that bullshit, especially those penalties, was no good whatsoever. I'll say the Browns. I'll say the Bills during the preseason. Well, the Bills not part of the AFC North. They part of the AFC East, I think, with the Patriots. Yeah, so yeah, the Bears they usually dominate the AFC North is now 1-2, and luckily they're going into a bad week. After this bad week, there's a strong possibility Khalil Mack could possibly be coming back after that, but it is what it is. Hopefully he does. We did get David Montgomery back in this game. He didn't really do much. I expect him to do more later on, but it is what it is. Our kicker is not Robbie Gould, so he cannot make a 60-plus kick. I'm not even sure Robbie Gould can make a 60-plus kick. Well, yeah, the fuck I'm thinking about. Robbie Gould did make like a 58-yarder in his career with the Chicago Bears and still have plenty of leg on that. Yeah, Carlos Santos is a good kicker. He can kick a 55-yarder, but that's just about it. We say, like I say, at most, he probably can kick a 60-yarder, but that's it. 3-6, enjoy Baltimore. Oh, TRL, they ain't got you in this now after ragging on your ass from the preseason all the way through now. Now you wanna help them? Okay. I remember that when your team go into the playoffs and they ass get stomped out in the first round by a 7 seed. So yeah, just know that's gonna happen. Giants and Ravens would have won that game. Giants would have fucked that game up too. Matter of fact, Giants probably would have got blown the hell out. Knowing the Giants, especially with Daniel fucking Jones and that offensive line is just as bad as the Chicago Bears. That taunting penalty fucked us. That wasn't even really that wasn't really even a goddamn taunt, man. It really wasn't even a taunt. That's why I didn't get what the hell they was talking about, bro. Like real talk, man. I couldn't believe it when I seen that shit too. I was like, come on now, there's no way in hell that's a goddamn taunting penalty. 3-7 out to Baltimore. You keep talking. You keep talking. And then fuck around, the Bears beat Baltimore. Then after that, we ain't gonna see you for the next week. How was the defense this game? It's like the refs cheated the Bears defense. Players out of their element and victory. Well, I'll put it like this, man. The refs did their job, but at the same time, you can't just blame it on the refs. Kendall Vildor is not a number 2 corner. I've said this multiple times. Kendall Vildor is a nickel back corner playing number 2, and Duke Shelley is a number 4 corner, which is a dime concept corner. It only comes out when they are running a 5 or 4 wide scheme. That's basically when you see a dime package cornerback, and that's what these two guys is. And as much shit people can say about, oh, Kyle Fuller not playing good this year, I'm pretty sure he'll be playing good in this scheme. I'm pretty sure he'll be playing good with the Bears, and definitely, especially with them throwing the ball basically in the goddamn man's face. They just doing it because they know that it's Kendall Vildor. And another thing too, even though people can say, oh, Jalen Johnson, he knocked that ball away, yeah, with his helmet, but he didn't turn his head around. I don't know what it is about these Chicago Bears players. This reminds me almost about like 2016. Chicago Bears corners will be locking down the receivers, but they just don't turn their goddamn head around. Flag goes up, and it is what it is. We're getting a number 1 seed, so we won't play a 7 seed. Y'all ain't getting enough. Y'all ain't gonna keep that number 1 seed. Y'all gonna fuck it up. So how about that? For the good and the bad, for the good and the future of the NFL, shall combine the Bears for. Moving on. And we got the same record. We the same. I guess. These penalties are BS. Taunting is not a good of a call. Man, we gonna be on that for a minute, man. I don't know, bro. How many holes did I punch in the wall? I'm not punching no motherfucking holes in no motherfucking wall, dude. The fuck? If anything, dude, if I get that mad, I'm smoking a blunt. I'm not gonna punch a goddamn thing. What the hell wrong with you? You punching shit. We need to draft a real cornerback. We drafted one. The Bears probably should have drafted one again. But like I said, it is what it is. This is what happens when you have incompetence at the higher ups. You know, the coaching staff, the players is number one. Then it go down to the coaching staff. Then it lays down to the GM. The GM, Ryan Pace, is the reason why Cal Fuller is not here, and the reason why we stuck with Kendall Vilder and Duke Shepard. If the Bears did do their fucking money right, Bryce Callahan and possibly Cal Fuller could have still been there. What happened to the trade deadline for us? Nothing. Very simple. They didn't do a goddamn thing. They didn't do a goddamn thing. Damn, the Cards are like a 4-12 team. You got Baltimore, the Cardinals, and the Giants later on this year, too. Watch what's going to wind up happening to you, real, since now you want to talk shit since Not Giants Nation and CEO and gave you a break. Soon as they lose, they're going to be on your ass. Matter of fact, the moment they get put out of the playoffs, because we all know they're not going to no damn Super Bowl, they're going to cut up on your ass. Plain and simple. And from now on, when we in the streams, I'm on your ass too, white boy. So I'm on you. SEC has a few great corners. Mississippi State has 4 of them. Well, when it come down to it, man, it's going to have to come down to whether the Chicago Bears decide to pick those guys up. But either way, man, the Bears did everything that you needed for them to do when the time came. They stopped the run. They outgained Pittsburgh by over 100 yards. But those damn penalties, those goddamn penalties is what fucked up the Bears, man. Plain and simple. There's no other way to put it. There is no other way to put it. Those penalties fucked the Bears worse than anybody else could. At least I can just imagine the way you're talking. At least we're going to the playoffs. Sounding like an upgraded Butters. Man, cool out, dude. How has Justin passing game in this game? He passed the ball pretty damn well. There was a steal, errant throws, but that happens with NFL players. It is what it is. But yeah, he did a lot better. He passed for over 200 yards for the first time in his career, and he threw a touchdown. Everything that I basically predicted damn near is happening. I said what the Steelers need to do. I said what the Bears need to do. Just the difference was the defense, like I said before, can't stop anybody on a consistent basis. Even though that front seven is excellent, when you're missing Eddie Jackson, when you're missing Khalil Mack, when you have Kendall Vilder and Duke Shelley as your cornerbacks, this is what happens. You become shit out of luck. That's what happens, man. Ref sold defense. Bears defense sold hard. Yeah, I know. I already know about this. That was rough. Rough to see that defense collapse like that. What's going on, TOP? What's going on, Optimus? That was a flag fest. Matt Nagy a whole clown, bro. I already know, fam. I already know. This is another thing right here that literally leads up to, should he be fired? Absolutely. Absolutely. If Justin Fields get a good offensive line, man, gonna be hell on wheels. I already know. That's exactly what it's gonna be. Y'all finna be 3-7 after the bye. Y'all gonna be 3-7 right along with us. Giants Nation has you talking, and your team got an ass record just like ours. How's you gonna talk that? You shouldn't be. It'd be one thing if your team was 7-3, 6-3. Your team is 3-6. remember, remember, a big part of your community thought that the Giants was going to be 14-3, especially your leading man that leads your Giants nation. The fuck. So you can talk all that shit all you want to, but I'm pretty sure when Spoon-Fed was saying y'all going 14-3, you agreed with him in that moment. So get that shit up out of here, bro. The Cardinals will blow it like they always do. 2008, and they are who they thought they are. We are who they thought they were. Exactly. Please say it again. Justin Fields played well, but the refs, man. I already know, man. Them refs, they fucked the Bears up, but when it came down to it, the Bears players still did not do what the fuck they supposed to do. And that's get over the fact that penalty happened and continue to play football. Kendall, I already said it. Listen, that play, they don't even get to the field goal if Kendall Vildor doesn't decide to play zone when everybody else is playing man-to-man defense. Literally. And what definitely surprised me, which is the first time all goddamn season, is that the Chicago Bears was able to make halftime adjustments and put more points on the board. 24 points in the second half. This is the most points the Bears have scored all season, 27 points. All the way up to this point, the Bears have failed to make halftime adjustments, and they actually do it offensively, but defensively, they couldn't do it. Of course, the penalties was a key part of that, but they still couldn't do it. Guys still getting left open, tight ends left wide open, wide receivers left wide open, and that cost us. That cost us all the way. And they will be ass. Justin Fields almost had 300 yards tonight. Yeah, this was the best he ever played. They was able to. They finally started throwing the ball down the goddamn field. They started getting Allen Robinson involved, Marquise Goodwin. They started getting Cole Kmet, Jimmy Graham involved all down the field. I've been saying this shit since the beginning of the year. You have to, in this type of scheme, because this scheme is not a good scheme at all. The quarterback has to take what the defense gives them, and you have to get everybody involved. That's the reason why the Bears was able to put up 30 points in 4 of the last 6 games last year, because because the quarterback was smart enough to say, I'm just going to take what the hell the defense gives me, and I'm going to give them a lethal dose of giving the ball to everybody so that you don't know who the hell to guard. And my points and my yards just going up and up and up, and we stand on the field longer, and guess what? That leads to touchdowns. That's all I got to say, Giants Nation. Keep that same energy week 13. Go fuck yourself, TRL. Justin Fields played better than Lamar. He actually did in this game. Lamar played like a whole bunch of hunk of shit. What tissue do you like, Jonah? Puffs or Kleenex? What? Well, I was finna get personal with you, but yeah, we already agreed not to do that. I was finna say your mother, but yeah, I ain't finna do that. Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's why I say go fuck yourself, because I be ready to say some disrespectful shit, but I don't. Justin Fields has a problem passing to A-Rob. Yeah, well, listen, the commentators already had said exactly what the hell, the reason why he throws to Darnell Mooney so much. It's because Darnell Mooney, not A-Rob. Remember, years before, A-Rob used to stay with Trubisky after practice, and he would work on route concepts and everything else. And they built a real big relationship, and Trubisky and Robinson was what it was. That's why Robinson had 1,000 yards every goddamn year that he played at least 15 games throughout the season. But it is what it is. Darnell Mooney stayed with Justin Fields, and that's why Darnell Mooney is Justin Fields' #1 target. Hey, Jonah, if we start at 0-3, I'll start at 2-1. How we got the same record? Easy. Shitty football. Well, how's you asking? Come on, Giants Nation. I know you've been on this planet long. I know you real young, but you've been on this planet long enough to know Stop being a smart ass. Get it ready. Right. I bet Matt Nagy not getting fired. Of course he not. Of course he not getting fired. The Chicago Bears is too goddamn incompetent to do something like that. Plain and simple. It'd be way too much for the Bears to do something simple like that. Just a little bit too easy. I was saying, Nagy my camp. So give him the word damn. Keep on laughing and bragging about your cars because your team cracks under pressure easily. Pretty much. Don't worry, Grinch Nation. Y'all gonna start on 3 next year. That's what I'm talking about. Please do love it, man. Make sure to bring the refs and number 22. Exactly. Please bring everybody with you because them niggas is just ass. That's all I got to say. Ass. And a lot of Bear fans thought I was crazy when I said what I said before, man. Once Kyle Fuller was gone, I was like, oh yeah, this prediction is changing right up. Once they signed who they signed in the offseason, bringing back Jermaine Ifedi instead of going after a very good free agent left or right tackle. They bring these guys in. Jason Peters, even though he's old, he's still a lot better than fucking Charles Leno. You know, at least he can block, and if you stay in front of him, he gonna block your fucking head off. Yo, crackhead, had your kids, your wife, had your football team. We got the same fucking record. You can't say nothing. Period. Ever 2006 and 2010. Dude, I'm not even gonna say nothing. It's all good. Penalties. Oh yeah, John Taylor, man. Those penalties hurt the Bears so goddamn bad, but at the same time, you know, you still have to execute. You have to execute after those penalties. And failing to execute is what led to the Bears losing this game. Period. This is the best performance the offense have done if the defense was able to get more than one turnover, even though the offense was only able to put up technically 20 points in the second half and also a special teams touchdown. Well, man, when it come down to it, man, Bears have to do better. They have to do better. And if they can't improve if their secondary can't improve, guess what? You know, the Bears is going to finish with seven victories. At the most, 7 victories this season. This can get super ugly for our goddamn team down the stretch. We got tough games coming up. Of course, Baltimore Ravens, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. I'm not even going to mention the Giants. They're not a tough game. Seattle and the Vikings. Those are the tough games that's coming up for the Bears. You know, yeah, it's an even kill with the Giants because, of course, they got the same record, but their offensive line is just as bad as the Bears. And shit, Daniel Jones at certain times only get 1 second to throw the ball, so hopefully that comes into play when they do play the Bears. Our secondary is a huge issue for the defense. Rapid 10,000, bro. I've been saying that all year long. That front seven is fine. But when your safeties play incompetent, when your corners is incompetent, when you only have one actual real first team starter at the cornerback position, and you only have a nickel back and a dime package back playing your number 2 and your number 3, man, you gonna get your ass torched. Plain and simple. Eddie Jackson was desperately missed in this game. This was the type of game for Eddie Jackson to, if he played, was to come out with some interceptions. The way that ball was thrown in the air, DeAndre Houston Carson can do a lot. He's an excellent tackler. He ran a special team fumble in for a touchdown. He got an interception earlier this year, but he is not the best cover guy. This was the time for Eddie Jackson to be able to play and just do his motherfucking thing, but just couldn't. Stop the Tony rule. These are not 5 and 6-year-old Pop Warner kids. These are grown-ass men. This stupid rule is changing the game for no reason. From a Bucks fan, the Chicago Bears should have won the game. Hey, I appreciate that, Ray Gonzalez. Real talk, man. It is, man. These is grown-ass men, and y'all doing all these goddamn penalties. It damn near remind me of college football in the 90s because Miami kept flexing on everybody else on their way to the national title every goddamn year, to a point that they had to literally cut out fucking celebrating for like damn near 10 fucking years until they was able to bring it back. Now you can't taunt. Come on, man. These men been taunting each other. They taunt every goddamn play. They taunt so goddamn much that they put the taunting shit in the video game. Come on, man. Like, yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous just to see that penalty. And he didn't even taunt. All he did was look at the sideline of the team that he played for. Looked at him, walked a little bit towards them, turned his ass around, and walked off. Period. Jay Fields is eyes this way. He took the L. CEO, you lucky I can't reach you, boy, because I hit you right in your goddamn liver. Make you shit yourself, fat boy. But it's all good, though, CEO. We talking during the whole off week, during the whole bye week. I'm going to be talking all this shit to you on my life. Matter of fact, if y'all do want to check me out and CEO Top Dog Giants Nation TRL, Mr. YTC, who was in the halftime show, but he is at a family reunion. Just make sure to tune in to Mr. YTC channel. I don't have the link in the description. Sadly, I don't. But just make sure to look up Mr. YTC. That is MR. There's space in between. YTC. Go straight to his channel. That's one of the channels that we do be on. TRL just started the channel, so subscribe to him. Hopefully, he can just put his link in the comment section so everyone can highlight it as well. We do sports hangouts on those people channels as well. Chicago Joker Butters, whenever he does his live streams, he's been cutting back on that. And also Settle Kyler bank account. Even though we talking shit to each other, we all cool. He just started up his channel as well. So make sure to go to Settle Kyler's bank account channel as well and check out his content. He's going more so for the drama, but it is what it is, man. This team is not considered close to be a comeback team or a better college team or a better comeback teams. Damn. Oh shit, man. It is what it is. The Bears are more disappointing than a day turkey. What the fuck is a day turkey? What the fuck is you talking? That's that fat shit that you want, Eric Carmen. That's that fat shit. Yo, what's going on, Taj? How you feeling, my brother? How you feeling, man? Yeah, another tough loss for the Bears, man. Another tough goddamn loss. It is what it is. Justin Fields trying to go back to Ohio State right now. Shit, it probably is shit. He went against a weaker competition on a weekly basis, and he had an offensive line where he was able to stand in there for like 6, 7 fucking seconds. When you like that shit too, Lamar Jackson finna take a dump on your team. Like I'm gonna take a shit on your liver. Let Joe Burrow. Like I guess he meant to say like Joe Burrow did, CEO. Yep. Hell no. 6-2 is better than 3-6. Of course. Goofy. Yo, what's going on, Tom? How you feeling, man? Damn, dude, you got hella accounts on my mama. Matter of fact, let me go back to him. Yeah, like the guy that's commenting right now, this is Irish Tom, man. He is one of my first subscribers to ever jump on my channel, even before I even had content. He was one of the first guys to go on. So shout out to you, Tom, man. He do comedy skits, he do funny shit. He's an overseas type of guy. He's actually from Ireland, watching right now. So I appreciate you, man. If y'all want to subscribe to his channel as well, subscribe to it. If the best way to describe him for the people that don't know him, he is the Irish Butters. Basically, he is Irish Butters. So him and Butters together, that shit will probably actually be fucking hilarious. Letter grade for Justin Fields' performance and letter grade for the overall comeback. This grade, I give Justin Fields a B plus. B plus. Why? It's because he still needs to find a connection with Allen Robinson. He still missed on a few key throws. A few times where he needed to take the right angle and just keep running up the field. Instead he runs into the bigger man and gets stopped a few yards short. A few times he should have slid, but he didn't. But overall, I say B plus, A minus type of score. Now the comeback was pretty damn good because the play calling was excellent. It's just a simple fact that the defense couldn't suffice and do their fucking jobs. Sorry for the Giants owner has something to say. Don't wonder why they trash every year. Yeah. Stewie Griffin. How the hell is you gonna talk? I don't even know who the fuck your team is. Ain't your team that then your team just get their ass whooped? Yeah, your team, the Cowboys. Now I remember then your team just get their ass stomped out. How you gonna talk and your team got stomped out? Come on, man. Oh, there we go. TRL. Make sure this is his channel right here. Make sure to go straight to his channel and subscribe. He just started up his channel not long ago. Subscribe to his channel. He got about 35 subscribers. Just let's try to get him up to 100 by this past week. So if you are watching this, try to make sure to go to his channel. Yes, he is a Cardinals fan, but that's not the case. He is one of the guys. And just give him some support. And if you don't want to give him support, you just want to troll his ass, go ahead and do it. On life. Oh, YTC, what's going on? This is one of the guys I was telling y'all about that does also live streams as well. Make sure to tune into his channel. He does NFL pick'ems every week. And he also, well, he occasionally, I haven't seen content in a while. He used to do WWE content, so you are into wrestling. He does have old content left on there. He might bring it back once the season is over. So yes, tune in to that as well. And I'm in it. Like I said, Butters, TRL, Giants Nation, Settle Kyber Bank account. Just make sure to tune in to all of us being on his channel, on my channel. Of course, TRL is starting up his pretty soon. I'm pretty sure Settle Kyber Bank account, which is CEO Top Dog, for the people that don't know, will be probably doing live streams as well. So make sure to tune in to everybody's channel. Fields played his best game this season, no doubt. Absolutely. He definitely played his best game. You know, in the second half, the Bears is finally able to cook up competent plays. And it wasn't the same plays from the first half. This is what the Bears have to do now. In order for the Bears to get to win, they have to play like they did in the second half, play like that in the first half as well. And hopefully the defense is able to do exactly what they're supposed to do, and the Bears win. It's as simple as that. But when you lack the players to execute, sometimes end up with this. Plain and simple. If the Bears have, it don't even have to be Kyle Fuller. If the Bears have a competent corner along with Jalen Johnson, the Steelers don't even score 29 points despite all those penalties against the Bears. Yeah, but the defense needs a whole makeover. It ain't the whole defense needs a whole makeover. It's the defensive backs that need that. You know, if Eddie Jackson was healthy, that could have helped out. Tayshaun Gibson needs to be going after this. Jalen Johnson was solid, even though he did have that shitty ass penalty against him, but he should have turned his fucking head. And Kendall Vildor at best should be a nickelback or a goddamn dime back, and Duke Shelley probably should be at best a special teams fucking player, including the coaching staff. At this point, YTC, I think I could be a goddamn head coach for the Chicago Bears. I know the X's and O's and the ins and outs of it. Shit, I probably can do a better offensive standpoint than what the hell they doing. Sean Desai, I'm not tripping on simply because he's doing what he can do with Khalil Mack and so many players being out. I swear, if I see Sam Mustipher in a Bears uniform, I'm going to scream. Well, you might as well just start screaming now, Butters. You might as well just scream all the way into the Bears play the goddamn Ravens because you're going to see his ass on that field. So go ahead and get screaming now. So then by the time we get to the next live stream, your ass ain't got no goddamn voice because that's exactly what the hell is happening. Yo, what's going on, CIA? What is going down? Roger Goodell and with the 2020. Go fuck yourself, CIA. Go fuck yourself. How about that? And my people work for you. I tell them personally, go fuck the CIA. How about that? Nah. But yeah, we have the same amount of wins now. Optimism. Difference is we started 1-4. Y'all started 3-2. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, it is a son of a bitch. At least it wasn't a double doink this time. How can it be a double doink? The man didn't have enough fucking leg. How about those Cowgirls? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I think that Jim Harbaugh should coach this team. That's if Jim Harbaugh is willing to come back to the NFL. Shit, he got so much control with Miami, so much money. Might not want to come back and deal with all that shit no more. So I don't know. Mr. YTC, they ain't saying much. A losing record is a losing record. Exactly. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll bring back a lot of WWE content in 2022. So people that is WWE fans or just wrestling fans in general, make sure to tune out Mr. YTC channel. He will have content available starting January 2022 once the NFL season officially ends for his team. But I'm pretty sure he still will be doing NFL pick'ems throughout the playoffs, all the way up to the Super Bowl. And then he probably right after that, he either stop or wait until the Pro Bowl is over, and then that will be the end of that. Unless there is some important news going around about the Giants, it will be WWE content. Fields needs to pass to all his wide receivers. Of course you do. That's only how you're gonna win in the NFL. You know, certain teams can pass to one player 10, 15, 20 times a game and then just give everybody else what they give them. You know, we seen it years ago, man, where with Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall, all he did was throw to Brandon Marshall back maybe 15 to 25 times a game. And everybody else may get 3 or 4 passes thrown their way. And that's if the Chicago Bears decided to throw the ball a lot because they couldn't get the run game going. So yeah, man. Justin Fields definitely need to get all his receivers involved, and they have to find a way to get open. They need to find a way to counter those coverages a lot better. So then when you do see a zone concept, like with the safety that was in the middle of the field, when Cole Kmet was running that slant route, when you do run a robber route, it should at least still be enough protection around the quarterback so that if that's not open, he's able to still be able to throw the ball over the top of that defender and find a speedy receiver down the middle of the field. Justin Fields needs to beat Green Bay no matter what. Hey, it's not just Justin Fields, man. The entire team has to do what the hell they're supposed to do to beat Green Bay. But you can't think that far here right now. You have to take one game at a time. As of right now, the Bears is not playing no games this week, and then they play the week after that. Optimist, but it is a difference. We have momentum, and you have seen your schedule compared to ours. We only have 3 500 teams left on our schedule. Damn, that's it. And y'all still 3 and y'all still end up with that record. Shit. Joke about us here. He is not a center. In fact, we need someone like a center from Oklahoma, Texas, and Georgia. Yeah, Sam Mustipher is probably will be better suited at guard, but not for the Bears. You know, he not strong enough unless because I guess he thought because he gained weight from eating that was going to do something. Jimmy is coaching Michigan. Yeah. I bet it was a good night for you, Giants Nation. I bet it was. I bet it was. Ass. At least we're gonna have a stress-free week. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have a stress-free week. I guess. Shit, I reflect on shit like this. I always have to, strictly because I'm a content creator. If I was just a Bears fan and I didn't have to review over all this shit, I just would have said, fuck it, went on about my goddamn business and call it a day. Cody Whitehair is not a center either. Yeah, but Cody Whitehair is a better center than Sam Mustipher. At least he's stronger. And when Cody Whitehair was at center, I think he almost went to a goddamn Pro Bowl, if not went to one Pro Bowl as a center. So Cody Whitehair might not be a center, but he's definitely a lot better than that. The Bears needs more leadership on this team. Man, leadership was not a problem. Leadership was not a problem. It was strictly player execution and lack of mental stability. Look how many penalties was on the Bears because motherfuckers just couldn't keep their ass on the right side of the football. That alone fucked the Bears. That alone fucked the Bears. Robert Quinn, 2-3 times, offsides. Gibson, number 99, offsides. Come on now. It was penalties like that fucked the Bears. The refs helped. I'm not going to lie and say the refs didn't. The refs helped. But shit like that is what cost the Bears. That taunting penalty, even though it was bullshit, still cost the Bears. When you playing in today's type of NFL, you can't really celebrate. You can't look at a play. You can't do this. You can't do that. It is a no fun league. And if people thought it was a no fun league 10 years ago, look at this shit now. I wish it was 10 years ago because goddamn shit has gotten worse and worse and worse. And it's making it harder and harder and harder for the defense. And that's the reason why things is happening the way it does, bro. Straight up. It's just the way it is. Plain and fucking simple. But let's see. If Army has players who can go pro, I would draft them because they have a better O-line and D lineman. Well, the Bears D lineman didn't play bad. The front seven played well majority of the game. It was the corners and safeties that couldn't do what they were supposed to do. And it was a few times it was play calling too, because why the fuck is Robert Quinn out in coverage? Why is he out in coverage? There's literally no reason why Robert Quinn should not be in coverage. He should always be rushing the pass, but I guess they put him in coverage to try to change it up because he got his head so far up his ass to a point that he couldn't see that he was offsides and he needs to back up a half a yard. Plain and simple. Sorry, stop the damn match. Oh, okay. I hope you know week 10, the Bears don't play week 10. Dumbass. Okay, at least our team does not make silly penalties like Ole Miss, Mississippi game. No, fuck that. That's college. Everybody's slow in college, damn near. Everybody awareness really is like 50 if you base it off a fucking game. But it is what it is, bro. Man, just very irritating to see once again the Chicago Bears lose a game that they had the opportunity to win. But that's the type of shit that happens when your team is not doing what they're doing. Robert Quinn along with Khalil Mack can play man coverage. Not really. There's a reason why they were traditionally defensive ends. That's it. Khalil Mack is really not an outside linebacker. He's really a defensive end. It's just a 3-4 scheme, so they call him an outside linebacker. Honestly, he's really just a defensive end. That's it. Okay, he's lining up usually in a 3-point stance, what he's traditionally used to. Yeah, absolutely. Just like at least you got the Suns that lost in the finals. But yeah, man. Once again, the Chicago Bears lose a very, very tough game. Very irritated. But I'll be over it. I'll be over it very quickly. Very, very quickly. Because I got to get myself together. Let me see what the comment is. Tough loss, but we'll recover plenty of football left. That's what I'm talking about, Optimus. It definitely is plenty of football left. But like I said, man, the Bears have to find a way to come alive on offense, just like they did in the second half, but do it a lot better in the first half and be more competent on defense. If you watch the pregame show that I did, I mentioned it. The entire defense has to play more competent. With missing the guys that's missing, you can't make those type of mistakes. When you make those type of mistakes, it is what it is. I hope this builds Justin Fields up. It's going to build him up, but still, you still need a defense to do what the hell you need them to do. Period. Bear down. Absolutely, man. It's always going to be bear down Chicago Bears. You won't hear me talk about saying, "Oh, I can't watch this team, man." I'm always going to watch the Bears game. You know, it is what it is. I'm going to watch them, whether they good, they bad, they ugly. It is what it is, man. You a Bears fan. If you're a real Bears fan, you're going to always watch your team play. Period. If you're a fan of your team. Yeah, I'm not even going to post that. You can suck a nut, CEO. But yeah, man, this is going to be just about the end of the post-game show. Once again, Chicago Bears lose this game 29-27. Chicago Bears had the opportunity to win, but fell apart defensively at the end. Yes, there was some penalties, but the defense did not do what they were supposed to do. And that's what led to the team losing. Plain and simple. You covered up everybody else, but couldn't make the plays that was necessary. So it is what it is. But once again, people, this is Jordan Pimpney bringing it back to you with another Chicago Bears halftime / post game show. But this time it is the post game, and Chicago Bears drop down to 3-6, losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers 29-27. So just make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you are a new subscriber. If you are a returning subscriber, just make sure to hit that like button, share the video. Just keep the channel growing and just keep it going, man. I am still at my goals, trying to reach 500 subscribers. Very close to that, getting closer. Just keep the channel growing. I want to reach that. And if I am able to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season, I love it. But until then, the goal is 500. But yet again, like I said, Jonathan Pimpney bringing it back to you with the Chicago Bears. Yet again, losing another game. Tough game. It is what it is. All right, people. Peace out.